Hello and welcome to Universe Mode. This is Smackdown. Don't bother with the date. Well, we are here anyway. We are down under in Sydney, Australia for tonight's episode of Smackdown. It is going to be an interesting night. Everything is going to be upside down for this show, so prepare for that. And, well, of course, we are now just 2 shows away from the Great American Bash, SmackDown's next exclusive pay-per-view, the final one before Money in the Bank. But due to the implications of what happened at the end of last week, we will see a rematch from 2 weeks ago when Finn Balor and Bobby Fish collide in the main event here tonight. Sami Zayn is, of course, the #1 contender, and he'll be up in action right at the start of the night. But later on, Bobby Fish, as a due punishment for what took place last week, will go one-on-one against Finn Balor here tonight. And we will see what will happen when the Demon King, the leader of the Balor Club, meets up against the WWE Champion. Can Fish gain momentum on the road to the Great American Bash? We will find out. But as for right now, we are going to kick things off with tag team action involving Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks, CM Punk, and the #1 contender for the WWE Championship, Sami Zayn. So this is going to be an interesting start. Kenny Omega will be teaming up with a member of the Young Bucks to take on Sami Zayn and CM Punk, a trio that has certainly been attracting attention, along with many things. Their fandom towards the Bullet Club, apparently, which is a great decision to be a fandom of, I have to give credit, but they're still apparently going by the name of the Young Bucks, even though it's just Kenny Omega. Not too sure what to say about that, but there is Omega. He's pointing to the ring. That is, well, to be fair, where he is off for his matchup here tonight. Not too sure which one he will choose to team up with, Matt or Nick, but he's certainly going to have to pick one of them, whether he likes it or not. So, well, of course he likes it, that's why they're by his side. I don't know why I made that point, but anyway. Yeah, he's got he's still got a tough opponent, 2 tough opponents to deal with. Punk, of course, who Kenny Omega will meet in a rematch at the Great American Bash to try and settle this dispute once and for all. And, of course, Sami Zayn, the #1 contender for the WWE Championship, who will fight Bobby Fish in just over a week's time at the Great American Bash. That's going to be incredible, and Kenny Omega's further mocking of AJ Styles becoming apparent there. Not only does he do the Styles Clash, of course, during his matches, but also doing the phenomenal one symbol with that AJ Styles does with his gloves. Certainly Omega liking to run his mouth right now against someone who isn't on this brand. With that being said, that looks like Nick Jackson, but they certainly did. So it seems as if it might be Nick Jackson who Omega's going to team with. But here comes, anyway, first out, CM Punk. And he finally has his tattoos for a change. Cheers for the person who actually pointed that out, because I was blind. But anyway, Punk, of course, who has already secured a victory over Omega, albeit, and I say this every week, but it is the reason why the rematch has been signed, due to controversial circumstances in that main event. Hopefully, at the end of the Great American Bash, that'll be settled once and for all, and we will find out truly who is the better opponent, the better competitor out of these two. With it being just one of the, well, probably the final match between the two, albeit hoping it doesn't end under, a controversial finish, and it just move on and both men can focus on further aspects to their careers. Punk, I imagine, might be looking at a potential opportunity to try and challenge for the WWE Championship, maybe the Intercontinental Championship. Who knows what is in the mind of CM Punk, but he would certainly like to challenge for one of those titles. But here comes a man who will be challenging for the WWE Championship at the Great American Bash. Not that long to go for the #1 contender, Sami Zayn. Zayn, of course, in the main event against Finn Balor last week, put on one hell of a performance, and I will give credit to them. It was a great match to watch. They gave it their all. But in the end, Zayn was able to nail Balor with a haluva kick, just outlast Balor, have enough stamina within him to get the win, and then Sami Zayn got that 3 count, but of course it was not all said and done. That is why the main event has been signed for later on tonight. After Zayn won, Balor was getting back up to his feet as well. To be fair, they were about to show they were probably going to show a great bit of respect for one another, as they had done throughout the night, but Bobby Fish stormed the ring, floored both of the men, and ended SmackDown, making sure everyone knew who the WWE Champion is around here. Will that be continuing on, though, past the Great American Bash? We're going to find out very, very soon when Sami Zayn challenges him. But right now he's got to set his mind on Kenny Omega, and it seems to be Nick Jackson. Will that be the case? Yes, it will. There's Nick Jackson. Kenny Omega's going to kick things off against CM Punk as well. So certainly a prelude to wow, I blanked for a second. The Great American Bash on the horizon. Punk there starting things off by putting the boots to Omega as we get things underway here. What do we have on tap for you here tonight? The SmackDown committee putting on another good show. We're going to see the woman who almost became #1 contender for the Women's Championship, AJ Lee, go one-on-one against the Women's Champion in Winter, which should be a very interesting affair to say the least. Then, following that, Damien, wow, let me try English again. Damien Sandow has demanded a challenge here on SmackDown, believing that he's being overlooked by the majority of the SmackDown committee and wants to get his name out there and show that he is not a pushover. So the SmackDown committee have guaranteed him a match. However, the opponent is going to be quite a tough one. It is the #1 contender for the Intercontinental Championship. Yep, that's right. It's Shinsuke Nakamura here in singles action tonight. Brock Lesnar did not make the travel to Sydney, so he should have no reason to worry about the arrival of the Intercontinental Champion. Shinsuke Nakamura can instead get on with the job at hand and look to try and get a win here tonight on the road to the Great American Bash, with, of course, him succeeding last week in defeating Brock Lesnar in an incredible opener to last week's SmackDown. Now he can look to continue to build momentum while Brock is not here, but he may be at home, maybe at his ranch, training hard ahead of that matchup. Oh, what a super kick there by Nick Jackson, flooring CM Punk. Then following that, the WWE Tag Team matchup that has been signed for the Great American Bash, that we know it to be. Of course, it's going to be the former WWE Tag Team Champions, the Dangerous Alliance, Mark Henry and Roman Reigns, taking on the duo of the Revival. But here tonight, Roman Reigns will go one-on-one with Scott Dawson of the Revival in a matchup that it certainly seems has been put in place to give the momentum and certainly the perceived belief that the Revival are not going to walk out of the Great American Bash as your WWE Tag Team Champions. So we'll see what's going to happen there. And of course, our main event, Finn Balor, Sami Zayn rematch. Good chance for both men to gain momentum, but certainly in the aspect of Bobby Fish, with Balor, it seems, not going to be on the Great American Bash card. He's got to look for something to do here, and he might look to try and play spoiler on Fish, making it to that illustrious 365 days as WWE Champion by putting him off in his match against Sami Zayn. Zayn right now having a little bit of difficulty with Nick Jackson, has to be said. Nick Jackson is kind of showing his own here, but Sami Zayn, now here we go. The former WWE Champion, still unable to get what he wanted there, but he's quick to respond, quick to fight back. And Zayn and Punk trying to work well together here as a tag team, as you can tell. Tag not going to be made. Nick Jackson does a good job to stop that one. And off the top rope now, using the ropes to hit that Hurricanrana. Agility there by Nick Jackson being demonstrated at its finest. Spear countered by Zayn. Down goes Nick Jackson, and now right in front of Omega, there's the Blue Thunder Bomb. Omega gonna stand there. Will Jackson kick out? Yes, he will. A little bit lucky that he did kick out, to be fair. Into the corner now. Sami Zayn could have gone for the haluva kick if he so wanted to. Tag made it to Punk instead, and good double team by both men. Nick Jackson in a lot of trouble right now, and on the apron there, Kenny Omega currently a little bit helpless to stop it. But Nick Jackson once more with this Hurricanrana. Down goes Punk, and now the tag going to be made into Omega. Omega going to get his hands back on Punk here. May have been exactly what he wanted, and he's jumping right into the cover onto Omega, and it's only a 1 count. Oh, drilled him on the top of the head there with that elbow. What will Omega look for now? He's going to fly off the top of the second rope. The King of the Ring nails that moonsault. Didn't get a flush, but he's certainly got enough of it. Omega now. Going to go for the figure 4 here on CM Punk, but Punk just had to stretch his arms back a little bit and he was at the ropes. Finally, Punk able to fight out of it as well. What can Punk do here? He can get counted in the corner by Kenny Omega, it seems. But he can pull out a reversal as well. Clawbring blow in the back there. But look at how Omega is so quick to get up to his feet. This is the idea, of course, of that old versus new, that these two men have just been kind of feuding over. Omega saying it's his time, and Punk is hogging a spotlight that he never deserved, and a spotlight that also belongs to Kenny Omega. Certainly being somewhat apparent here in this matchup right now. Punk is seriously starting to struggle here. Omega doing a really good job. Gonna look for the Hadouken. Punk sidesteps it, and oh, that may have been a problem. Great counter though out of the GTS by Kenny Omega. Punk had to roll out of the ring there. Veteran-like instinct to do that, but he rolled right into the path of Omega. Dropkick countered. Omega with a great opportunity here. Oh god, he's got Punk up. Is he gonna do it? Oh my, oh, I thought he was about to go for the go to sleep there. Oh, it looked like Omega was about to mock CM Punk the best way he could, but instead it's going to be what he laid Punk out with last week. Cross-legged brainbuster for CM Punk. Is it a win? Is it a huge win for Omega heading into the Great American Bash? Zayn's there, and he's there to break it up as well. Good job by Zayn. Perhaps if it was the one-winged angel, he may have been able to firmly put it to rest, but Nick Jackson a little bit slow as well to be there to break up that count. Punk now finally gets up to his feet. He might be a little bit dazed, staggered and confused, and that big boot in the head isn't going to help him out by any means. Dropkick in the back as well. Punk went incredibly far following it, almost into the corner where the Young Bucks are waiting for him. Tag made now, though, finally. Zayn back in here. What can the number one contender do? Oh, he can just big boot you in the face. Zayn in the past has had his own problems with Omega. That was certainly sorted out on a pay-per-view before, but now Punk here. Zayn, middle of the ring. Koji clutch onto Omega. Will the King of the Ring be forced to tap out to the man who faces Bobby Fish in just over a week's time? He's trying to get out of it. Omega's trying his hardest, but he can't. Omega submits. That is going to cause a huge dent to his chances of victory at the Great American Bash. The King of the Ring may doubt himself now, but Sami Zayn picks up the win here and picks it up over the man that matters, over the man that can give him a great surge of momentum heading into the Great American Bash. What a win there for Zayn and Punk. They operated well as a team on top of that. So we'll see if this matchup has been able to give the pair of them momentum to go on and try and get a win at the Great American Bash. Are we looking at the man who will defeat the King of the Ring once more and the new WWE Champion? Time will tell us the result of that. But it's looking pretty good right now, to be fair. Although we'll see what Fish has to say in regards to Zayn later on tonight. But right now, we move on to women's action. AJ Lee getting a non-title opportunity against the WWE Women's Champion. And of course, is Winter. Well, here is AJ Lee. Last week she had the chance. She came close as well to winning that fatal 4-way. But suddenly, out of nowhere, Bayley just took the opportunity, hit an amazing Bayley to belly on Nia Jax, and now it is going to be Bayley and Winter squaring off, and you didn't expect that to be the case, you thought. I thought as well, and I would argue people in the Smackdown committee thought it was going to be AJ Lee getting this opportunity, but no. Bayley demanding, kind of taking the opportunity by the horns and granting herself that opportunity that she wished that she had heading into Judgment Day, and hoping that she can be the one to dethrone Winter as Women's Champion. So with that being said, AJ Lee now has the chance to get the win here tonight. She could find herself in the matchup at Judgment, the Great American Bash, should she be able to get the win. But there is the Smackdown Women's Champion. Winter heading towards the ring for whatever reason. That championship looking absolutely ginormous, which makes little to no sense to me. But, you know, these things happen, I suppose. But there is Winter. First time we've seen her since... It actually hasn't been that long. It's only been about 2 to 3 weeks, really, since we last saw Winter, thinking about it. 3 weeks, I think. And now here tonight, she gets ready to square off one-on-one against AJ Lee. Got to keep her mind about her. Of course, before she can square off against Bayley a few weeks, well, just over a week from now. So this is going to be a very interesting affair. And we'll see who's going to get the win here tonight, and also the Great American Bash. I keep on saying Judgment Day, and it's doing my head in. Good Winter right off the bat, though, trying to explode there with a bit of offense. AJ Lee caught and spin kick in the face. Much taller Winter here is going to use her power advantage, I think, to try and secure the victory here. But AJ Lee does have a good bit of speed and agility to her, something that you could argue Winter does not possess in those factors. But Winter does make up for it in just her resilience and pure dominance as well, as she's able to possess. Cracked her with that forearm there in the face. And oh, good God, another one for good measure. And AJ Lee is down on the ground. Fair play to AJ. She's doing good here. She's trying to take away the base, as you can see, of Winter. Trying to focus on those long legs that she has. But look at the surprising agility, I suppose, by the women's champion there. Winter, of course, has been holding that title now since WrestleMania. Won it off of Becky Lynch. Even though that title design is still back on Raw, she is that, you know, this SmackDown Women's Championship reign does still carry on from when she won that title back at WrestleMania. Forearm shot missed there. Great work by AJ to get out of the way. Reverse Hurricanrana. Nasty landing there for Winter. AJ up to her feet, but she's sent for a ride there. Courtesy of Winter once more. And now capture suplex. Good God. What strength there by the women's champion. One more will Winter go for here. Another forearm shot, and it's going to be another suplex. T-bone this time. AJ Lee in a boatload of trouble right there, as we saw. Cover here now by the women's champion. Will she be able to secure a victory? No, she can't even secure a 2 count. Everything that goes on in this match, Bayley will have to make notes of, realize how she can exploit Winter's weaknesses and try and bounce back from when they met before Judgment Day. In that matchup, Winter was victorious, and then, of course, went on to Judgment Day to retain that title against Sasha Banks. Oh, what a kick there, and Winter retreating outside of the ring there. Doesn't go down, but damn nearly did. That clothesline, though, with enough power to bring her down. AJ Lee possessing some incredible fight in her. But what she's got to remember, to the best of my knowledge, is that since Winter has come back to this universe ever since the Royal Rumble, she hasn't lost. That has kind of been the story of Winter's career for the most part as well. She just doesn't lose. And I think that has been wholly shown ever since she came back. To the best of my... I'm almost 100% sure she actually hasn't lost a match. So I'm just hoping that's the case. Oh, good God. AJ Lee's back being stretched there by the surfboard, but it's a great work there by AJ to get out of it. She hangs on. Can she get a little comeback going here? She might be able to. AJ Lee with a drop kick there. Not too sure how that works. Pretty sure the laws of physics define that if you had drop kicked in. No, actually, no, that makes sense. Never mind. I failed physics. Fuck off. Good counter there by Winter, though. She sees the opportunity. AJ in trouble. Winter's wrath. What a counter by AJ. Oh my God. What a reversal by AJ Lee. Absolutely out of this world counter. And now in the corner. Sliced bread by AJ Lee. No way. No way is AJ going to be able to get this victory here. What a counter to Winter's wrath. And now AJ into the Black Widow submission. Will Winter submit? Is Winter going to be forced to tap out here at the hands of the Black Widow? She's trying to hang in there, but the longer she does, the more damage she does to her arm. But Winter's out of it. Scary, scary moment there for the women's champion. I don't think it's done yet. I still think AJ has got some fight left in her. Or maybe not. What a flying forearm that was there, but there is the fight left in AJ. Still able to keep going here, and drop toe hold. Down goes Winter, and she's forced to roll outside of the ring temporarily. Winter showing signs of weakness here. This really is going to fall into the aid of Bayley. She's going to be loving what she's seeing right now. Hurricanrana, cover after it. Can she put away Winter? There's only a 1 count. She can't just yet, but Winter's certainly on the back foot right now. That is going to have to show. That is going to be worrying for the women's champion. But there, she rolls in AJ into a roll-up. Can she secure the win? She can't. This is great back and forth wrestling right now. Winter leaps into another cover. Can she get it? She still can't. AJ Lee showing incredible heart and determination here that led her to the runner-up spot in the Queen of the Ring tournament. But Winter trying to show why she is the ever-dominant women's champion. Going after the arm now, trying to take away the Black Widow. Winter a little bit hunched over as well. After everything that went on, she's even showing signs of weakness, I would argue. She's a bit fatigued by everything that went on. Reverse DDT, though. That slows the pace right down. Another forearm shot there in the face for good measure, but it's a very nice counter there by AJ Lee. In the corner now is Winter. Got a shot. What is AJ going to go for here off the second rope? Leaping clothesline, and Winter's down once more. Cover after it, hoping for the win here, but still, Winter trying to show that strength by kicking out at a very early 1 count. Going after the arm now. Great work if she wants to get that Black Widow to work this time around. Especially at the degree that she stretched it at as well. And now just going to go to work on the neck. Just try and aggravate this so maybe when she hits that sliced bread, she can get a pinfall victory. AJ, counter though. Into a backbreaker. That's not going to help her out. When it comes, if Winter can nail that finishing maneuver. She doesn't seem like she's able to go for it right now, though. She's still showing incredible fatigue. But she's... Oh! What a nasty landing there for AJ Lee. It was practically right on the top of her neck. Winter now, in position though, ready to strike. Drive-by kick. The women's champion could have AJ right where she wants her. She was able to get out of it the first time. Can she force her way out of it? Can she pull off another amazing counter? Or is she going to succumb to Winter's wrath? The answer is yes. Winter's wrath strikes. AJ Lee flattened out in the middle of the ring. And the move that has finished so many in the past looks like it's ready to add another one onto that list. There is not 3. AJ Lee still kicking out. She's a fighter, fair play. She is one hell of a fighter, and she's demonstrating it right now. Forearm shot, cracking her in the face there. AJ gonna go for a shining wizard. Knee right in the face. Take a look at this on the replay. That could have knocked Winter out. Will she go for the cover here? Is AJ gonna be victorious? Cover on Winter. There's 2, and no! Just at the last second, Winter got the shoulder up. That has got to be deeply distressing for AJ Lee. That was too close to call. Off the top rope, nails the splash. She doesn't go for the cover though for whatever reason, and allows Winter to get back up to her feet, and another forearm shot. This match has been great, to be fair, to give credit to both women, but someone's got to win it, and it might be Winter. Small package roll-up. Is it going to do it? No, it won't. You gotta think Winter's getting more and more frustrated with every passing moment here that she can't put away AJ Lee in. Russian leg sweep reversal there, and Winter now is going to resort to desperate measures. Winter is going to go high risk. The women's champion putting it all on the line, and it doesn't pay off. AJ moves out of the way. Oh, what a mistake there by Winter. AJ with a drop kick in the back there. I mean, Bayley, you know, she's got to be looking about how she can get a win. Oh my god, that was a hefty knee in the face. I'm going to say that Bayley should be looking at how she can get a win over Winter at the Great American Bash, but AJ Lee at this rate, if she's able to get that win, which is looking more and more likely, she may be added into that match. Good God, the agility there of Winter. I wouldn't have expected that one. Winter now going to try and put it all to bed, though. Drive-by kick. She's not even going to bother going for the finisher. It's right into the cover for Winter. There's one, there's two, there's three. AJ Lee fought valiantly and fought one hell of a fight, but it just wasn't enough. Winter is victorious and secures another victory on the road to the Great American Bash. And speaking of that pay-per-view, here's her opponent. Here's the number 1 contender to the women's title. Bayley getting the jump on Winter. Looking to get a one-up here. Getting ahead of the women's champion. Ahead of the Great American Bash. No more Miss Nice Girl, apparently. Bayley is doing whatever it takes here to prove that she should be women's champion. 2 tornado DDTs there. And Bayley, though, she has got the women's champion down and in a dangerous position. Nia Jax felt this last week. Winter will feel it tonight. Bayley in position and strikes. Bayley to belly. And Bayley not done yet as Winter rolls out the ring with a mic in hand now. Bayley putting it simple, short and sweet. She has wanted this moment her entire career. She has waited to get her hands on an opponent like Winter, someone who seems so indestructible and so unstoppable. But Bayley is going to prove that everyone can be brought to an end, and at the Great American Bash, Winter's wrath, Winter's reign, it'll all be brought to a stop. Bayley stating once more, with a Hugger Nation behind her, there is no stopping Bayley at the Great American Bash. Just like how so many of you, the crowd, have been able to find success from it, they will cheer her all on at the Great American Bash. She will triumph over Winter and bring glory to the women's division. No longer will Winter be able to rule. Bayley and her huggers are going to be the ones to save this division and make it the women's division to talk about. A shot fired at Raw as well, but Bayley certainly fired up and determined to win that women's championship at the Great American Bash. And you know what? I will say, after what I've seen tonight from Winter, and also how easily she fell to Bayley as well, I honestly think Bayley could do it. There is a serious chance that Bayley could walk out of the Great American Bash the new women's champion. Winter showed incredible signs of weakness here tonight, and I think Bayley could capitalize on it. I think Bayley, if she puts her mind wholeheartedly into it, she could walk out with our women's title. It could happen, and we'll see if it's going to happen in just over a week's time. But right now, you can see the face of Damien Sandow, focused, determined, and in the zone for this matchup. And he has got a tough match ahead of him, of course, wanted to prove that he is not a pushover on this brand. However, he has got one hell of a tough opponent to try and prove that against. The number 1 contender to the Intercontinental Championship. The man who will fight Brock Lesnar at the Great American Bash. That was disgusting. The man who is the king of strong style, Shinsuke Nakamura. 1 week removed from that incredible match he had with Brock at the start of last week's Smackdown. Now here tonight, Nakamura looks to continue to build momentum on the road to the Great American Bash and looks to try and become triumphant and victorious over Damien Sandow. No offense to Sandow, he can put in a good show and all he wants, but he is not going to beat Nakamura. I mean that in the nicest way possible, because at the end of the day, Shinsuke Nakamura is, without a shadow of a doubt, one of the most difficult people to defeat in this universe. He's only been pinned 3 times, and he's been here for 14 months. He's been beaten by Bryan, beaten by Tyler Breeze, and beaten by the WWE Champion Bobby Fish. No offense, Sandow, although I don't think your name is going to be belonging anywhere around that. There's a whole different caliber of superstars. Nakamura going to be looking here, though, to try and build momentum, try and get on that road to the Great American Bash. Prove to Brock that what happened last week was not a fluke, and that Nakamura is seriously a dangerous threat to the Beast. Could argue last week we said it with Balor, really. Wounding the Beast on the road to the pay-per-view. But unlike Balor, can Nakamura finish the Beast here? Can he slay the Beast at the Great American Bash and walk out with the Intercontinental Championship? We will find out, of course, when that pay-per-view comes about. I'm already hyped up for it. Smackdown doing an incredible job on building to this pay-per-view. 5 matches, as we know, already set in stone, with a 6th and 7th certainly, I would assume, to be announced next week. I am genuinely looking forward to that one, as much as I'm looking forward to another 5-match card. It'll be coming up tomorrow night. Of course, NXT TakeOver London rolls into town. Boy, oh boy, am I hyped up for that one as well. Cannot wait to see that. I hope we were all there to tune in and watch what is going to be another incredible night for NXT. A new championship introduced. A rematch from Dallas for the NXT Championship. And of course, that incredible rivalry that has been built up between Stone Cold Steve Austin and Corin coming to a head at TakeOver London. We are going to find out who is going to be victorious in that match, in those matches tomorrow night. Be sure to tune in for it. Cannot wait to see what the future is looking like. NXT been doing a great job, and they've certainly stopped becoming more of a developmental brand and more so a 4th brand at this point. NXT now a very genuine threat to the other brands, even if it doesn't get the ratings that it deserves. Sandow, though, as we focus back on this matchup, he is doing one hell of a good job right now against Nakamura. He's able to fight back against him. He's able to counter some of the moves that he's going for. Definitely showing that he's got the fight within him to take on the King of Strong Style, and that was a genuinely smart move there to go after the leg. Take away Nakamura's most dangerous part of him as he hits the elbow of disdain there onto Nakamura. Cover here, can he put away Shinsuke? Be amazing if he did. No, Nakamura kicks out at 2. Took a long time though to kick out of that one. Oh, nice simple punch there by Damien Sandow, but once more he falls victim to that backbreaker. Drilled into the back there is Sandow, and he's in a bit of trouble here. He's correct that he's in a lot of trouble. Exploder suplex by Nakamura. And you know what's next. You always know what's next. Sandow trying to prove he isn't a pushover. He put up as much of a fight as he could, but let it be over. Kinshasa! For 1, 2, 3, Shinsuke Nakamura puts away Damien Sandow, and there you have it. Unfortunately for Sandow, it's not the win he wanted, and it's not the win he desired. Nakamura continues to build momentum here on the road to the Great American Bash. Sandow at least did try, and he did put in a good enough showing. But that is about all that can be said for his performance, and Nakamura now just gloating in the victory. Hang on a minute. Hang on. Look up at the stage. To my knowledge, he wasn't here, but apparently I was wrong. The Beast is here. The Beast is at Smackdown, and the Beast wants round 2 with Brock Lesnar. He's gonna go at him. Nakamura's coming up the stage. They're pointing at each other. The referee trying to call this one off. That is just a silent voice. Here we go. They wanted it, and they've got it. Lesnar, Nakamura, and our security and referees from all over are coming out to stop these two. They want to tear each other's heads off. There is no rest. I swear there is no rest between these two at these points. Every week now, the past 3 weeks, they've collided in some fashion. And once more, they square off. A stalemate met between the two. Will that be the same at Judgment at the Great American Bash? I don't know. Someone said last week, you know, one of the great viewers of this universe stated that I wouldn't be surprised if that match main evented, and I'm in the same boat at this point. If the Smackdown committee if they want to do a really smart move, I honestly think letting those two main event would be absolutely incredible. The animosity and the hatred between these two men is incredible. It's just enthralling to watch, and I think if the Smackdown committee went all the way until waiting for the main event to get that matchup to show up, the crowd would go ballistic. They'd eat up every moment of that match, and it would just make it that bit better, I think. I hope actually we'll hear from the member of the Smackdown committee, who we saw, of course, before Judgment Day, speak up about this matter on SmackDown next week even. So maybe we'll get an answer to it all. Of course, every time I say next week, I mean the SmackDown that's going to be uploaded a few days from now. I'm well aware I'm out of sync. Fuck off, don't at me. But anyway, Roman Reigns now getting up on that second rope. A little bit of exuberance and confidence being shown by Reigns here as he heads into a matchup that he is the clear favourite to get the win in, to be fair. And I think that's what the problem is for this matchup. Reigns the absolute favourite to win this one. Singles matchup, which Reigns, you know, he has the muscle mass. He has the ability. He should be able to get the win. He's got the credentials in singles action. He's a former United States champion. Should be a relative walk in the park for Roman Reigns. Especially considering the last time a member of the Revival took on someone in singles action, they lost to Victor. That definitely doesn't do them any favors, but here comes the WWE Tag Team Champions. Heading towards the ring right now. Dawson on the left, Wilder on the right. Of course, I believe they learned 2 weeks ago that they would be facing the Dangerous Alliance after they walked over the Ascension in relatively easy fashion, it has to be said. And they've just got to kind of hope that what happened 2 weeks ago doesn't happen here tonight, and also does not happen at the Great American Bash. The Revival have waited a long, long time to get their hands on those titles, and they cannot afford to lose them yet, especially to the team they beat for those titles in an incredible tag team turmoil matchup to boot. So let's see what's going to happen here. Of course, you know, we're seeing both men in the camera shot right now, both men in their wrestling gear, but it's only going to be Dawson wrestling in this matchup. Reigns in the other corner with Henry at ringside. Paul Heyman would probably have been here had he not been... he's probably going to be probably a little bit annoyed, to be fair, in the Dangerous Alliance. That's something that Heyman likes to do when he's trying to prove a point. He doesn't come out and help them at ringside, but I argue that is kind of just defeating the point. You're not really helping out your members. You're not really helping out those you're supposed to be looking after by just deciding, hey, you know what, I don't want to pay attention to them. I just don't think you're helping yourself out there, Paul Heyman, but you do have a WWE champion who you've been looking after for 300 days, so maybe you do know what you're on about. Right now, though, Scott Dawson off to a very strong start. Dragon suplex there to Roman Reigns. Wouldn't have expected this right off the bat, but he's certainly proving it. Great start thus far for Dawson, but Reigns somehow able to immediately stop that one. Leaping clothesline and a few stomps to follow suit, but Dawson pulls out the reversal. Sidewalk slam, backbreaker, whatever it was. He took too long there, and Roman Reigns was able to get out of it. Sometimes you just got to learn that you cannot take it slow, especially against someone like Roman Reigns. And something that's going to be weird, I think, for Wilder is the reliance upon his tag team partner. You know, Wilder can distract the referee, but he cannot change the outcome of this matchup, to be fair. He cannot just make a tag in and stop taking damage. That is something that might be difficult to get used to after being in a tag team for so long. And something that he is going to have to worry about, especially, as I said, of course, before, when being in the ring with Roman Reigns. As Reigns is proven right now by making it incredibly difficult for Dawson to get any move off in this one. Again, the collision between those two, a little bit of bad timing, to be fair, by Roman Reigns. Great work there by Dawson. Elbow into the back of the neck, I think. Now he continues to go to work. Or not. Elbowed into the gut there. Reigns with a leaping clothesline. Sees his opponent down on the mat right now. Roman Reigns going to look to take the advantage there. It's a Superman punch. Wilder can try and distract the referee all he wants, but Reigns is not going to look to end the matchup off of that. He's going to look to end it with this. Reigns, spear to Dawson. Look at how Dawson just kind of folds up and just gives in from that immediate impact from Roman Reigns. Reigns is going to go instantly into the cover here. Cover on Dawson. This should seal it. And no, it... Wow! Scott Dawson kicks out of the spear. Alright, so he has still got some fight in him, apparently. Mark Henry looking a little bit surprised by that on the outside as well. Oh, there's the taking out the leg there of Reigns. And now... an inverted figure 4. That has got to be an inverted figure 4 there on Reigns. What a submission there by Scott Dawson. Can he put away Roman Reigns with it? Imagine if he made Reigns tap out. Reigns, though, having to just resort to desperate tactics there to get out of it, just slapping the knee of Scott Dawson. These things have to be done in order sometimes to get out of something. Good God, what a forearm shot that was. Reigns back up on his feet and still able to keep the fight going here. Backbreaker to Dawson now. Just seemed for a second like Dawson had a shot of victory, but Reigns has been able to just reel that back into reality. Prove why the Dangerous Alliance are the #1 contenders and why both Mark Henry and Roman Reigns are such, well, pun intended here, dangerous opponents. So when they're pointing at Henry, that is not something you should be focusing on. Someone on the outside is not someone you should be focusing on during a matchup against Roman Reigns. And Reigns is proving why right now. Here goes Reigns. Got him up in that cross-armed. That cross power bomb, I forgot what it was, into the sit-out power bomb. I just butchered that. But Wilder in to cause the distraction. Wilder in to play interference. And he better keep it safe, because the last time I remember the Revival tried playing interference, they were evicted. They were thrown out from ringside. And that 100% led to the loss. Cover after that jawbreaker there, but it's only going to secure a 1 count. Oh, what a punch in the gut there by Reigns. Looking a little bit slow there, Reigns was on the recovery. Wouldn't have expected that. Reigns now going to be hung up in the tree of woe. Ooh, here we go. What are we going to see here? Digging the boot into the jaw of Roman Reigns. And look at that by Reigns there. Rolling out of the ring to give himself some breathing room. Smart move by Reigns. He knew exactly what he wanted to do there. Using it to his advantage. Into the corner now, though, goes Reigns. Dawson showing some fight in this matchup that I don't think we anticipated. Has to be said. Stomp in the gut there. Now in the corner. Oh. Able to use pure raw strength to slam Reigns back down to the mat. Cover once more by Dawson. But once more, Reigns showing just his pure strength kicking out of that early. Will Dawson look for that running leg shot again? He will. Reigns sidesteps it though. Dawson sent for a little bit of a staggering Superman punch is countered. And he hits it. That time he hits it. Can Dawson get up to his feet quick enough? Reigns did a great job there of rolling out of the way. Spear by Reigns. Good God. Instantaneous impact. But Dawson saved by Wilder once more. Wilder playing distraction. And Reigns was unable to get a pinfall there. Reigns going to go into another cover here. This time the referee awake for it. And he kicks at it too. Dash Wilder has saved his opponent, his partner even so many times in this matchup. But Dawson just cannot capitalize. And it's not much of a surprise. And this one may do it. Dawson practically out of it already following that spear. Reigns going to make sure he is literally out of it when he locks in this sleeper hold. No, he's not. Dawson out of it. Great work by Dawson as well to fight out of the submission. But Reigns counters again. Here we go. got him up there for the cross power bomb, and down into that sit-out power bomb. The cover after it. This one's done for. Roman Reigns still can't get the win. Good God almighty. Dawson, are you stupid? The answer is yes. By the way, just in case you didn't know. Counter there by Dawson once more. Oh, good God. Scott Dawson on the outside. This match has turned far more physical and interesting than we first expected it to be. DDT on the apron, the hardest part of the ring. But look at how Roman Reigns is able to fight back there. Look at how Reigns is able to answer back to that challenge. Back in the ring we go now. Dawson somehow still fighting in this one. Oh, there's a headbutt for your troubles. But there's Wilder once more playing distraction. If I was the referee by this point, you've got to incorporate some kind of rules into the situation. You have to have kicked out Wilder at this point. I'm not trying to stick up for the Dangerous Alliance. I'm just trying to say it is 100% not fair that Wilder has caused this many distractions and hasn't been evicted yet. There's a third spear. This has to end it. Wilder can't do anything now. He doesn't, and it's done for. The Dangerous Alliance are your winners. Thank God, to be fair. Wilder saving his partner when he shouldn't have. Roman Reigns able to capitalize on the mistakes maybe by Dash Wilder, and here's Wilder now. Finally in to look after his partner, in to help out his friend now, but Reigns with a chair now, into the back of Wilder. And Henry with a chair, taking chair shots now at the Revival. Good God, the Dangerous Alliance have snapped in the quest to reclaim those titles. The Dangerous Alliance just kind of know no boundaries at this point. You can tell they've completely just lost the plot as they get ready for the Great American Bash. Perhaps desperation setting in as they try to reclaim those tag team titles. Dawson, as if he didn't go through enough pain in his ribs during that matchup, was laid out there with numerous chair shots, but the same has to be said for Wilder. The Revival now in a lot of trouble ahead of the Great American Bash. Will they be able to walk out with those tag team titles? I genuinely don't know. Is the only honest answer I can give you. I really just do not know what the outcome's going to be of that matchup at this point. It could go the way of the Dangerous Alliance. No, sorry, it could go the way of the Revival, but it's more than likely looking like it's going to go the way of the Dangerous Alliance. I just don't see how, even with the huge advantage they have on the, muscle advantage and the physical advantage, and now they've just floored the tag team champions. But nevertheless, we move on here to the main event. Finn Balor against Bobby Fish. Balor and Zayn last week, of course, went out in an incredible matchup to determine who would be the definitive #1 contender. If Balor wins here tonight, it won't secure him the match at the Great American Bash. That has already been signed now between Zayn and Bobby Fish. But right now, Zayn, you got to imagine, is going to be staring at this from the back, paying attention to this matchup and just seeing what Finn Balor can do here to Fish and what Fish can do to Finn Balor. Last time these two men squared off was 2 weeks ago with Balor walking out with the win. Can he do it again here tonight? Can he really get in the mind of Bobby Fish that he is not walking out of the Great American Bash with the WWE Championship? We'll find out in a moment or two. But right now we await the arrival of the champion, the man who has held that belt for over 300 days. And it's looking to try and close in on the number 365. There's Paul Heyman by his side, as he has been since day one of that reign. Bobby Fish heads towards the ring now, getting set for this main event here. Fish may not want to do this matchup. It may not be in his best interest to go for this match, but he's reached a stage now where he has to be punished for his actions for last week, and Heyman and his lawyers were unable to do anything to stop this from taking place. Has to be signed. Fish and Balor to square off here, and you know what Bobby Fish is like though. Once he gets in the matchup, once the bell rings, it is sometimes dangerous to stop Fish. Or at least it was in 2016. Bobby Fish's 2017 has not been exactly the most incredible. We'll see if he can try and turn it around here tonight with a victory over the former two-time world champion. The bell rings and we are underway for your main event of the evening. Australia ready for this one. Bobby Fish backed Finn Balor up to the ropes there, and a cheap shot for good measure. That was a bit disrespectful by Fish, but what are we surprised? What are we expecting from the WWE champion and the man who's the man who follows the guidance of Paul Heyman? Of course, we saw Fish though say last week that Heyman can't even stop Fish from the mental state he's reached. He said he is snapped basically, and we saw it in the main event. We saw it after when he just attacked both men just for no reason. We haven't heard a comment from Fish about it or from Heyman. So clearly, there's a bit of a mutual a mutual problem maybe between Fish and Heyman. Heyman probably didn't want Fish to go out there and do that, but Fish acted on his own behalf. But it certainly seems that maybe that is why Heyman's here tonight, to try and keep Fish in check, to try and make sure that he doesn't lash out again, and perhaps bring a fine on the way with him. Something I can imagine that Paul Heyman certainly doesn't want. But look at Fish right now. He is all in control of Finn Balor. He is all over this man from the start thus far. Backbreaker there onto Balor, who is in great trouble here. Bobby Fish. This is like the Bobby Fish of old. This is like the WWE champion who ruled the yard in 2016. This is the man that everyone was scared of. Oh, good God! Threw him up in the air there and just double drop kick into the jaw. Cover now after it. Gets a 2 count from it. Finn Balor in huge trouble. I wouldn't have expected this given Balor's track record since arriving to the Smackdown brand. Finally though, Balor able to fight back Fireman's carry Pele. Heyman looking a little bit worried on the outside from it, but I assume he thinks that his champion's going to be able to fight back, and he is. Sent for quite a bit of a ride there. Here goes Fish once more, or not. Counter there by Balor. Double knee face buster. That can floor any man. Up to the second rope now goes Balor. He's calling Fish to his feet as well. Finn Balor going to go for that drop kick off the second rope that we've seen before. He takes flight, but Fish knew it. He read him so well there. Was able to read what Finn Balor wanted to go for. Great work. And now cross-arm German suplex there onto Finn Balor. Cover here by Fish, and it's a 2 count. The WWE champion is he's doing great right now, to be fair. Perhaps when he's in this mental state where he wants to just snap on anyone is when he's doing his best. Maybe Heyman should let this side of him take a little bit more of an appearance. Bobby Fish now, Irish whip to Balor. Oh, leaping knee, cracked him in the jaw, and Heyman's reaction to that was incredible. Hands up in the air, he loved seeing that, but Balor kicks out at 2. Fish, though, got to try and not lose it here. He's got to try and stay calm in the moment and just make sure that everything goes to plan. The plan that Heyman will have helped to have orchestrated backstage before this matchup began. Oh, leaping in Zaguri there for Balor. Good counter, though. Balor now going to take flight. Drop kick, and he missed it. But he's able to move out of the way here. Can Finn Balor gain some kind of advantage? He's going to send Fish into the corner. I think we know what's on its way. Bringing him out a little bit. Oh, this is problematic. There's the shotgun drop kick. But look at Heyman. And look at how Fish just was able to get up to his feet there from it. Fish turns him around. Fish hook for Balor. Able to turn the swing of it. Able to just swing the match around in an instant. And Bobby Fish cannot beat Balor just yet. The former world champion kicks out at 2. Heyman probably thought that part of the plan was foolproof, that it was sealed there for the victory to be on its way. But that was a great kick out by Balor, showing incredible heart to be able to kick out of it as well. And now Balor continues on. Double knee gutbuster. Will he go up high? He's making the run. He's making the run into the turnbuckle. Finn Balor, he beat him with just one of these 2 weeks ago. Can he do it again? Coup de grace, no! It's moved. It's counted even. And it's going to be a nasty landing for Balor. Brain buster onto the knee. And I would like to think that has just secured victory, but it hasn't. And Fish now looking at Heyman as if to say, what do I do? What do I do now? Look at how Fish, though, able to just stay so calm in the moment, even when it's acting out against him. We just saw Reigns do it, of course, another fellow Dangerous Alliance member do it in the last match. Can he do it again? Can Fish use that to his advantage here tonight? Can he secure a victory with it? Maybe so. There is the Fish hook. And there, I would argue, is goodnight Finn Balor. Busted open by it. And he's not out. And now Fish is getting more and more mad. Into another cover here. Desperate to put Balor away. Was that a last gasp kick out by Balor? No, it wasn't. Fish is stunned by this. And another cover by Fish. A third one. Just hoping for the best. Fish now, though, back in the driver's seat. Or maybe not. Balor, even with blood running down his head right now. The Balor Club trying to lead him on to victory here. Forearm shot in the face. Spins him round here. Finn Balor going to look for bloody hell. Can he nail it? Yes, he can. Bobby Fish is down and in a precarious position. But there's Heyman. There's Heyman. Distracting the referee. Not too sure what he intended by that, but wasn't as if there was a weapon in the ring or anything. If there was, that probably would have played greatly into the advantage of Bobby Fish. Power bomb, but what a counter. What a counter by Fish. And now look at him just soaking in the confidence. He's got Balor standing right in front of him. And he's all about himself. All about that ego that he possesses. The WWE Champion now in the driver's seat. And kind of just going through the motions that he is used to. Tilt-a-whirl backbreaker. Brain buster onto the knee. Is there even a need for the Fish hook? Maybe not. 1, 2... Yes, there is. Again, he kicks out. Finn Balor, if he's demonstrated one thing here, it's incredible heart. And if Zayn can take one thing away from this, it's the longer the match goes, the more frustrated it seems Fish gets, and the more desperation he resorts to. But that leg lock here on Finn Balor, not often we see people tap out to it, but Balor has just been through so much punishment in this matchup, courtesy of Fish, that he may be forced to tap. Fish is yanking on that leg as well, trying to take out whatever aspect, the knee, the thigh, the calf, just whatever to prove his point that he's a dominant WWE champion. And Balor does not look like he's any closer to getting out of it. Finn Balor taps out. The torque in that move, I imagine, was just too great, and he had to submit. Bobby Fish is your winner here, but he certainly had to put a lot into it, and a lot of aggression went into securing this win. And oh no. Oh, he's not done. Fish, please. Fish, just be done. Heyman heading over there, but I don't even think he wants to be near what's going on right now. Oh! Smashed him on the head there. DDT on the thin panning on the outside. This is just totally unnecessary right now by the WWE Champion. This is not the action of a champion, but the action of a madman. A man who has completely lost the plot. Backbreaker by Fish. Someone get involved. Heyman, the referee, the security we saw earlier, anyone, Zayn even. Come out and stop this. Stop this from happening. Bobby Fish has snapped on the road to the Great American Bash. Oh no. Fish don't. Fish no. Fish please. Bobby Fish will stop at nothing to prove the point that he's the dominant WWE Champion. Fish now, moonsault through the announcer's table. Good God almighty. We need some help for Balor after that. We need some help. Balor may be out. He may be done for. And Fish is celebrating over his now limp body. Well, Bobby Fish is victorious, but will the same be said about Judgment Day? About the Great American Bash? I did it again. We'll find out. But right now, Finn Balor is looking in a lot of trouble. He is looking in a great amount of pain. We'll see what's going to happen there, but that's going to end this episode of SmackDown. Sami Zayn might be in a bit of danger when it comes to the Great American Bash because Bobby Fish has just snapped. That quest for 365 days, too great apparently for Fish to pass up. And he will do whatever he takes to make history. That ends this episode of Universal. See you tomorrow for NXT TakeOver. So long, I guess. Ta-ra.